There is a difference between your immediate and your extended family. This is what I showed our
Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something that every couple will face at some point in their relationship. No matter how much you love each other, no matter how solid your bond is, and I am talking about extended family. Now, as per usual, I have stitched some videos together that we're all going to watch and watch until the end so that you can hear my insights on this particular topic. And as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Without further ado, let us get right into it.
There is a difference between your immediate and your extended family. This is what I showed our children. I'll call this newly married mental strain. So you've got the wife's extended family, her mom, dad, siblings, maybe cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. You've got the husband's extended family, her family, sometimes not even out of malice, but just love. They're pulling. You guys need to go on vacation with us. You need to spend the holidays with us. You need to be at our house for Thanksgiving. You need to be at our house for Christmas. Guess what the husband's family's doing? The exact same thing. Guess what the newly married couple is feeling? A lot of strain and pressure and tension. And this can lead to conflict in the family. When we first got married, this ended up for years with us eating 2 Thanksgiving dinners. Grace is like, I gotta go to my family. I was like, I gotta go to my family. And then we started having kids, and the kids are like, I can't eat any more pie. I'm a diabetic. I'm 3. I need a nap. We gotta go. And both our families loved us, but we felt pulled. And the result was we didn't get to think about, okay, what do we want to do for Thanksgiving for our family?
It's okay to let them know that they're your extended family. When you get married, the family that you create becomes your number one. Your wife and your children take priority. They are now your immediate family, and your family that you came from is your extended family. And this is not to say that your extended family is not important, it's just that priorities change. And it's okay to set that boundary and let people know.
It's okay to let someone know that they are extended family and you now have an immediate family.
Yeah.
Because until you do that, you're going to have your extended family thinking that they have immediate family privileges and priorities.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to say no.
Yeah.
I got to attend to my wife. I got to attend to my kids.
Exactly.
Without feeling guilty about it.
Can someone please explain this to me? Why is it that when there's certain people or certain family members, when you have a particular event that's a big deal in your life, whether it be a wedding, a baby shower, a bridal shower, or graduation party, or even in sometimes if someone passes away, these people will literally show up and act like they are so important and that their feelings and their plans need to be validated, or else they just get all upset and they get all angry. It's like, excuse me, who gave you the entitlement over here? We haven't seen you, spoken to you in years. You don't visit, you don't talk, you don't call, whatever. Why do you think you have the privilege now to be involved in things that are going on in my life? Okay, that's one thing I never understood. And it's just so mind-boggling to me that they think they have the sense of entitlement to like really be there and try to give their opinion. So I'm going to give you a quick example. There was a wedding of ours that was in our family, and I helped assist with the seating chart. And there were some issues with the way the tables were set up. And I guess the venue changed the tables and things got messed up by a little bit. It was just by a little bit, not much. And this one particular family member would not get off of the topic of why they were sitting at a certain area. Like, ma'am, you have a plate, you have a chair, sit down, and you're going to be all right. You are not going to miss out. You're still close to the people in the party. You're just sitting a little further away. And to me, I just think it's weird. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? And why does your opinion matter when we haven't seen or spoken to you in many years? And nothing felt more empowering than telling this person to sit down. You have a table, you have a chair. Don't come up here asking me with any more nonsense questions and coming here being messy on a day that's supposed to be happiest and joyous. And if anyone else has experienced this, I would love to hear your story.
All right, so in today's conversation, nobody is safe. You could be a parent, you could be a sibling, you could be an in-law, an auntie, a cousin, an uncle. Everybody is not safe in this one. And while family can be a beautiful support system, it can also be a major source of conflict if you're not intentional. So, in this episode, we're breaking down what it looks like to navigate extended family dynamics as a couple while keeping your relationship strong and your peace intact. So, let us get right into this. So, the first thing to note is when you marry, you marry your partner's family, kind of. So let's just start with the truth. When you commit to someone, you're also committing to navigating their family dynamics. Now, does that mean you're marrying their mom, their dad, as well as their siblings? No, but it does mean those relationships are now part of your life in some way. So, whether your partner has a tight knit family or a complicated one, you're stepping into their history, their traditions, their triggers, and sometimes their trauma. So, the first step is to accept that this comes with the territory. Now, let's figure out how to make it work. So your partner comes first every time. So listen, this one is a big one. Once you're in a committed relationship, especially a marriage, your partner becomes your priority. That doesn't mean you don't love or respect your parents or your siblings, but it does mean that your partner's voice holds more weight than anyone else's, especially when there's conflict or tension. So that means you don't throw your partner under the bus to make your family comfortable. You don't let your family disrespect your spouse, even in subtle ways. And don't expect your partner to adjust or to deal with it because that's how my family is. Unity is the key. So, a couple that stands together, even in front of difficult family members, is a couple that can weather anything. Now, moving on to the other thing, which is set boundaries early and together. So, if you don't set boundaries with extended family, they will set them for you. And those boundaries won't always honor your peace and your relationship. Some examples of healthy boundaries might be we won't be dropping by unannounced, or we are not discussing our marriage issues with family members, or we're not okay with criticism of our parenting choices, or we are celebrating holidays in a way that works for us. Whatever the boundary is, it needs to be something you both agree on. And the person whose family it is should be the one to deliver it most of the time. You want to present a united front, but not set your partner up for war with your people. The other thing I would love to talk about is the respect of cultural and generational differences and the fact that you should not be held hostage by them. So let's be real. Some of us are in relationships where we're merging cultures, faiths, or upbringings that come with very different expectations. So, in some families, respect means unquestioned obedience. In others, privacy doesn't really exist. Some cultures expect the oldest son to take care of his parents without any questions asked, while others expect the daughter to never move too far from home. So, when you're dealing with extended family as a couple, it's important to acknowledge these differences without being controlled by them. So, ask yourselves, what traditions do we want to keep? What expectations feel loving and which ones feel limiting? And also, how do we honor our roots without sacrificing our relationships? So, this takes maturity, communication, and compromise, but you can create your own culture together. Moving on, we're going to talk about the in law drama, what's yours to fix and what's not. So, for starters, let's talk about the in laws. If your partner's mom doesn't like you, if your sibling is being shady to your spouse, or if someone in the family is causing tension, whose job is it to fix it? So here is the rule of thumb. The person related to the family member should be the one to speak up first. You don't want to put your partner in a position where they are always defending themselves. And you don't want to be in a relationship where your partner lets their family disrespect you unchecked, even if it's uncomfortable. So we've got to be willing to check our people when necessary, with love, but also with firmness, because in those moments, because silence in those moments can breed resentment very fast. Now, I would like to talk about the fact that you have to be a team in big family decisions. So a lot of couples struggle when it comes to things like where they spend their holidays, how often to visit or host family, or how much financial support to give. And in addition to that, you also have to figure out whether to let extended family live with you, as well as involving family in childcare. And the key to getting through these decisions is make these decisions as a team every single time. Don't make promises to your family that your partner hasn't agreed to. And also don't volunteer your partner's time, energy, and money without checking in. So big decisions need 2 yeses, period. If one isn't comfortable, you slow down and talk about it. The other thing is don't overshare your relationship with family. This one might sting, but it's true. Sometimes we let our families in on way too much. It might feel harmless to vent to your sister about your partner or to your mom for every single disagreement or to tell your brother everything that's not working in your relationship. But what happens when you and your partner make up? You've moved on, but your family hasn't. They're still side eyeing your spouse at a Thanksgiving dinner. So keep your relationships sacred. Talk to trusted friends or a therapist if you need to process things, but to hand your family a running list of your partner's flaws is not the way to go about it. So please make sure that you protect your bond. And if you have kids, that also adds another layer. Once kids enter the picture, family involvement often ramps up, and that can be beautiful or stressful. So some grandparents want to be super involved while others overstep, and some give unsolicited parenting advice while others undermine your rules. The key here is to be on the same page with your partner about what kind of involvement you're okay with, what boundaries you need to protect, your parenting choices, as well as how to handle disagreements with grace but firmness. So your kids need to see the two of you as a couple as a united front, even when family means well. So one other thing I would like to talk about is the fact that not all families are healthy, and that's hard to admit. Sometimes dealing with extended family isn't just a little messy, sometimes it's toxic. There may be manipulation, narcissism, guilt trips, passive aggressive comments, financial control, or just a general lack of respect for your relationship. And here's what I want you to know: you are allowed to protect your peace, even if it means going low contact, even if it means disappointing people, even if it means being the bad guy for a season. Your relationship and your mental health matter. So you can love people and still keep your distance, right? So also remember that you are building a new family. Don't forget that. At the end of the day, you and your partner are building something new. A new family, a new legacy, a new dynamic. And the decisions you make together now, they shape that for the future. So be intentional, be honest, be loving but firm, and don't let outside noise distract you from the peace you're trying to create. So I would like to say dealing with extended family as a couple isn't easy. It brings up old wounds, culture clashes, loyalty issues, and tough decisions. But with communication, clear boundaries, and a shared commitment to protect your relationship, you can make it work. You are allowed to choose peace, you are allowed to build your own rules, and you are allowed to honor both where you come from and where you're going. So that's it for today's episode. Let me know in the comments how you have handled extended family in your relationship. What's worked? What's been hard? If this helped you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more real talk on relationships, marriage, and personal growth. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. From me, it's goodbye.